Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Tolisa Ngenge and welcome to another episode of Dizzy World. Let me start by thanking all the Dizzy World supporters, because there is no Dizzy World without you. Thank you, much appreciated. And today we are going to chat about ANC's constraining or intolerance of dissenting voices in the name of democratic centralism. And this is after Malusi, Gigaba and Senzo Mchunu, senior ANC leaders, made some statements or comments about what they see or perceive as the ANC's current state of the organization. And the ANC has made an announcement that it will take a disciplinary action against Malusi, Gigaba and Senzo Mchunu over their recent public statements that the party says violated the party's internal protocols. Mchunu was reported to have said or warned that the 2026 local government elections would be a critical juncture for the ANC's survival. He said this while speaking at a tombstone unveiling of an anti-apartheid activist, Nokuhamba Nyawo, in Matombeni, KwaZulu-Natal province. Mchunu likened the ANC to a person walking on the edge of the cliff, urging the party to regroup before it is too late. While on the other hand, Dr. Malusi Gigaba, another senior ANC leader, in an interview recently said, open quote, "I am disappointed of the effect of what has happened is that the ANC has been forced into a coalition, has been forced into an unnecessary coalition with elements, some of which I believe we ought to not have gone into coalition with. I have always held the view that the GNU, that is the Government of National Unity, should have excluded the Democratic Alliance or the DA. And I still hold that view even now. I don't think there is anything that justifies why we are working with them. I think we would work better with other political organizations, including the Economic Freedom Fighters or the EFF. Good people, please let's not forget to like, share, click the notification bell, comment down below, and subscribe. And let's continue. And Gigaba went on to say, this relationship with the DA is hurting us now. Forget about the next elections. When he was asked in the interview, our legitimacy to those who aspire for democracy, for total liberation or fundamental change, the way the ANC is perceived, it gives a signal to the opponents of the ANC to to project the ANC as having shifted to the right, close quote. To be honest, there is nothing wrong with what Malusi Gigaba and Senzo Mchunu said about the ANC, because they were on point. They were not off the mark. They were actually painting the correct picture of the ANC. And now, coming to General Mkhwanazi, General Mkhwanazi has rubbed the unions the wrong way. In KwaZulu-Natal, Premier stakeholders engagement on crime prevention function. Following his comments on unions, suggesting that unions are part of the reasons the country has an employment crisis. He believes that as government spending on salaries rises, the capacity to employ declines, which in his view exacerbated unemployment and crime. And this is a typical statement of an employer. So I don't blame General Mkhwanazi for saying this, because no employer has ever fought for workers' rights. But my learned general's statement is absolutely incorrect, because you can't promote job creation through exploitation and cheap labor. You can't do that. Or at the expense of workers' rights. You can't do that. And the unions say it makes no sense to blame the union or workers for deep socio-economic crisis. Because we are not in this crisis because of what the government is paying workers, which is too little, including police officers. We are in this crisis because of deep structural flaws that we inherited in the past, while also mindful of the ANC's corruption and lack of political will to address these issues for the past 31 years. And General Mkhwanazi reminds me of President Thabo Mbeki's approach for job creation, where his government proposed what was called a two-tier labor system, a system that was rejected by workers in France through riots, which meant relaxing labor laws and allow employers to hire and fire workers easily. Young people, that is people under the age of 35, easily to create jobs. And what a crazy neoliberal approach was that. Because what kind of job creation was that? That is opening floodgates for forever exploitation of young people. Meaning, if the employer doesn't like your face, you are fired and hire another cheap labor. Because our laws were said to be too rigid for the employers. In fact, this is what they want even now, saying our laws are not flexible. That was what President Mbeki was proposing, but failed, because the workers rejected his crazy idea. Same as General Mkhwanazi's suggestion right now, which also won't fly. Yes, General Mkhwanazi is our hero of the moment, and he must please focus on fighting crime and forget about other things and forget about politics. That's why the unions are saying he must stay in his lane. And good people, this is how we come to the end of today's episode. And please like, share, click the notification bell, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. And see you in the next video. Cheers. Adios.